Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Fabrizio Romano now says two clubs have asked about signing fantastic Arsenal player. Journalist Fabrizio Romano has said that two clubs are now trying to sign Arsenal defender Rob Holding. Romano took to social media to share the latest information on the 27-year-old's future. Time is running out for clubs to do their final pieces of business in the summer transfer window. Arsenal have made four great signings and appear to be concentrating on outgoings now. Kieran Tierney has headed out on loan to Real Sociedad to play more minutes in La Liga. The likes of Nicolas Pepe and Nuno Tavares will be hoping to secure moves to other clubs in the coming days. One player who is also attracting interest is centre-back Rob Holding. Holding doesn't appear to be part of Mikel Arteta's plans after filling in for William Saliba towards the end of last season. Described as a fantastic defender by Kevin Campbell last season, it might be time for him to find a new team. Fabrizio Romano has shared that two clubs are keen on signing Holding from Arsenal in the next few days. It's now up to Arsenal to decide the terms of the move and whether they want Holding to move on a permanent move or just on loan. Posting on social media, Romano said, Understand Mallorca and Sevilla both asked for conditions of a potential Rob Holding deal this week. There are also Premier League clubs informed on Holding's situation as he is still expected to leave. Given the injuries and suspensions Arsenal have suffered already this season, it's clear that Holding isn't part of Mikel Arteta's plans. Holding hasn't even been named on the bench for any of Arsenal's first three Premier League fixtures. Even an injury to new signing Jurriën Timber hasn't changed Arteta's mind about keeping Holding around as an option. It will be interesting to see which clubs in the Premier League are interested in signing Holding from Arsenal. The Gunners might prefer a move to Mallorca or Sevilla so he can't come back to haunt them this season. Premier League club are back in to sign extraordinary £22 million Arsenal player. He is not in Arteta's plans. Nottingham Forest are once again reviving their bid to sign Arsenal fullback Nuno Tavares before the transfer window closes. That's according to the MailOnline, who now outlined that Forest's interest is for loan deal, which includes an option to buy. It was reported previously that talks had collapsed between the clubs, but negotiations have now been renewed. Tavares seems to be one of many targets that Forest hope to complete before this week's deadline. Arsenal are, of course, hoping to part ways with a number of unwanted players before the end of this week. The club were said to prefer a permanent departure for £22 million Tavares, but you wonder if a loan move may now suffice. Time is running out for Arsenal to complete departures, and the side will surely see no benefit in the likes of extraordinary Nuno Tavares not playing football, especially if Forest are interested. While this update should prove positive for Arsenal fans, they have also had one that looks more bleak this morning. Emile Smith Rowe is said to be free to leave the club. The Englishman has reportedly been offered to clubs ahead of a departure. It really would be a tough week for some Arsenal fans if the club were to lose two Highland Academy graduate. Folarin Balogun now looks very close to a move to Monaco, and Smith Rowe is now even being linked with the likes of Chelsea. And whilst the former does look inevitable, fans will hope that Smith Rowe reports are incorrect. However, it's clear that Arsenal need to make tough decisions on departures before Friday. Any bid from Forest for Tavares could be crucial in Arsenal making a move for any late target. Arsenal now willing to sell 23-year-old before Friday's deadline has been offered to Premier League clubs. Arsenal are reportedly willing to sell Emile Smith Rowe before Friday's deadline, with the midfielder already being offered to other unnamed Premier League clubs. That's according to the Times, with the outlet sharing an update on Smith Rowe's future amid interest from Chelsea. Smith Rowe has fallen down the pecking order at Arsenal over the past year after he was a key man under Mikel Arteta beforehand. The 23-year-old's progress was also hampered by a significant injury last season, but he barely featured after returning Now Smith Rowe is attracting interest from Chelsea as Mauricio Pochettino bids to bolster his squad. Indeed, journalist Simon Phillips claims Smith Rowe is among Chelsea's list of midfield targets ahead of Friday's deadline, and it seems that Arsenal are ready to sell the Hale and Academy product. The Times reports that Arsenal are willing to offload Smith Rowe following an approach from Chelsea. It's noted that Smith Rowe is frustrated after only featuring for 3 minutes so far this season. The midfielder has even been offered to other unnamed Premier League clubs. It would be a real shame to see Smith Rowe leave Arsenal after he got off to such a promising start to his senior career in North London. The Englishman started alongside Bukayo Saka during the 21-22 campaign and hasn't done much wrong since. But if Smith Rowe doesn't get the required minutes at Arsenal, it may be best for the youngster to move on. Yet, it would be a surprise to see Arsenal sell such a talented product of their academy to their London rivals, Chelsea. Rio Ferdinand cannot believe that he is already hearing Arsenal fans saying about 24-year-old. Rio Ferdinand has hit out at Arsenal fans over the way they have already started to voice their frustration with Kai Havertz, insisting that he needs to be given more time. Ferdinand was speaking on his YouTube channel amid signs that the Gunners supporters are starting to lose patience with the German international. Kai Havertz always needed to hit the ground running at Arsenal. He arrived for a big fee and he joined after a really underwhelming spell at Chelsea, so it seemed to be one of the biggest gambles Mikel Arteta and Edu have taken over the last couple of years. Of course, it's very early in the season, but it's noticeable that Havertz is yet to make any sort of major impact on Arsenal's fortunes. His best display came when he started up front in the Community Shield, and then he still managed to miss a couple of big chances. The 2-2 draw with Fulham at the weekend saw things start to reach a bit of a boiling point. Certainly, his display would have left Mikel Arteta with plenty to ponder ahead of Arsenal's clash with Manchester United. But Ferdinand has defended Havertz and hit out at the Arsenal fans who have already started to turn on the 24-year-old. He said, "You guys are all over the place with Havertz. I understand that he might not have hit the ground running, but like Mason Mount at Man United, but the way that you guys are absolutely like, get him out, I don't get it. If it was 10, 15 games, do you know what? I could see what they are saying, but it's 3 games, people need time to adjust." Some have been more critical of Arteta than Havertz. Greg Burley labeled Arteta's defense of Havertz after the draw with Fulham nonsense. Ferdinand is trying to suggest that there is still time for the situation to turn around. Fabrizio Romano says his sources are shocked after what Arteta's done to £27 million Arsenal player. Fabrizio Romano has claimed that people in the football industry just cannot understand why Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has benched Gabriel Magalhaes. The Brazilian has started each of the Gunners' first 3 Premier League games on the bench. Nobody really expected that to happen, and Romano has claimed on Kick that his sources are shocked. Arsenal signed Gabriel Magalhaes from Lille back in the summer of 2020. The Brazilian became an instant hit at the Emirates and went on an unbelievable run of starting over 70 consecutive Premier League games. That record came to an end in Arsenal's opening game of the season, and Gabriel hasn't started a game since. Arteta has left him on the bench in each of their 3 games so far, and Romano says his sources are baffled by the decision. He said, "For Gabriel Magalhaes, honestly, I was speaking to many of my sources today and yesterday, and they all had the same feeling. They don't understand why Gabriel is not playing. This is just probably a tactical decision, but many people in the industry do not understand why Gabriel is not playing, because internally, from Arsenal, the message is very clear. The player is staying. He is a crucial player for the project, and they want him to continue there. At the moment, there is nothing going on with any club. This is clearly just a tactical decision from Arteta, Arsenal's system requires one of their fullbacks to invert. Zinchenko is usually the man to do that, and he is arguably the best in the Premier League in that role. With the Ukrainian not able to start any games yet, Arteta has had to deploy Thomas Partey at right back to invert, leading to whoever starts on the opposite side, either Takahiro Tomiyasu or Jakub Kivior, to at times fill in the role of both a fullback and a centre half. Gabriel isn't really suited to that role, which is why other players have been preferred there. With Zinchenko now back, we expect the Brazilian to return as well this week, and unbelievable Arsenal player now looking for a new way out of N5. Arsenal winger Nicolas Pepe has been surplus to requirements at the Emirates Stadium for a while now. With just a few days remaining in the summer transfer window, time is running out for the Gunners to offload him. Foot Mercato has now provided an update on the state of play involving Arsenal, Pepe, and potential destinations. The French outlet claims that the 28-year-old is now looking for a new way out of the Emirates Stadium. Pepe was previously said to be on the radar of Besiktas, but he has apparently ruled out a move to Turkey. Now, the Ivory Coast international is apparently attracting interest from clubs in Germany and Saudi Arabia. Foot Mercato says there should be movements on the tracks leading to these potential destinations in the next few days. Pepe was Arsenal's record signing up until the summer. The Gunners paid Lille around £72 million for him in 2019. However, he hasn't really met expectations at Arsenal. His competitive record for the Gunners reads 112 appearances with 27 goals and 21 assists. The £140,000 a week ace is now completely out of Arteta's plans and could really do with a change of scenery. Pepe obviously has talent. Highbury icon Kevin Campbell recently said he really does have unbelievable ability. However, things just haven't worked out for him at Arsenal. A move away this summer would definitely benefit all parties. Assuming both options are in the top flight, then it's not a bad dilemma for Pepe to have either the Bundesliga or the Saudi Pro League. Edu has just held direct talks with the club's owner to sign €150 million striker for Arsenal. Arsenal have reportedly just held talks with Napoli to sign Victor Osimhen next year. There are still 4 days left in this summer's transfer window, but it seems like Edu Gaspar and Mikel Arteta are already putting in some work for future signings. Football Transfers shares the latest on Osimhen. Numbers pounded and fans have urged Arsenal to sign a new striker in this window, but it looks like Arteta is happy with the options he currently has at his disposal. The Gunners have Gabriel Jesus and Edin Ketia up top, with Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli, and Leandro Trossard all capable of playing there as well. The common theme, however, is that all of the above mentioned names, as good as they are, will not guarantee 25 goals a season. That's probably why Arsenal are looking ahead to sign an elite goal scorer, and Victor Osimhen is one of the best strikers in the world right now. The report claims Edu held direct talks with Napoli owner Aurelio De Laurentiis last week to discuss a potential move for Osimhen in next summer's transfer window. This is following encouragement given by the Nigerian's agent Roberto Calenda. Osimhen's contract expires in the summer of 2025, and the report claims he is not keen on signing an extension that suggests he will be sold next year. Victor Osimhen is the best striker in the Serie A, and he would be an unbelievable signing for Arsenal. The €150 million rated Nigerian scored 31 goals in all competitions last season and helped Napoli win their first Scudetto in decades. He is a hero there, but he will not stay in Naples forever. If Osimhen enters the final year of his contract next year, Napoli will have to sell him, and he will surely be a wanted man with the biggest clubs in the world keen to sign him. If Arsenal can beat everyone else and get him, he would arguably be Arteta and Edu's best ever signing. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.